Okay, well, we have a 1984 Coachmen 23-foot trailer here. As you can see, it was remodeled more or less recently, probably within the last 5 years. However, we did find a lot of damage. So what we're planning to do is turn this typical floor plan that you see here with the sofa and the dinette into 2 private spaces, each with a bed and a desk, thin removable walls, and here's another option for that right side bedroom, possibly turning the bed the other way. There were some issues about how to get the piano to fit, leaving the kitchen but remodeling everything. So here we are on the first day trying to get everything ready. I'm going to get started here, taking a look at some of the issues we're going to be dealing with. Looks like the previous owners or the original owners got tired of dealing with this window being opened onto the support beam for the awning and decided to glue it shut. So we're going to have to deal with that. And here I'm showing you some issues where the origin of all our interior problems stem from, and that is this ridiculous system that is still in use with some manufacturers. At these termination bars, you can see every edge is open, cracked, hasn't been maintained, and all the screws, you can see that all the way down the line. After pulling off the cover, you see all the screws are rusted, showing that there is a penetration of water even in the channel. There you can see very clearly. Rather jerry-rigged installation of a window here, which is a house window much too wide for the camper wall depth, and when I pulled everything out from inside, it was clear that that was leaking as well. And then of course all these older windows that kind of louver out horizontally, they're so ancient that all of their little I guess you would call it, I don't know what you'd call it, but it's brittle, it's all falling off, so we'll have to replace that. I'd love to replace all the windows, but unfortunately that's a bit out of my budget constraints. So here you can see we're starting out with removing everything that is easy to remove. There's the fridge, the doors to all the cabinets, the drawers, all the loose things that don't require too much manpower or tools are being taken out, trying to make some room in there so that more than one person can work. Here we are still taking stuff out, removing doors and drawers. That was actually challenging because everything on the original install is installed with the square bit, and I only had one old square bit that actually fits. So later when I had some help, we all had to kind of share that bit. I left it on one of the drills and made sure that that wasn't. So here we've got this little end cap cabinet that I'm taking out because I want to remove the booths, and I don't really have any use for that cabinet there. I'll be doing a much more interesting combination for shoe storage and coat hanging in that location that actually goes down into that little room under the desk. So that'll be all custom built. So where I'm removing these benches is where the desk will go for the front bedroom. And we did have some reinforcements arrive here. My good friends came and helped me with the demo for several hours, and I did reward them later with a bonfire, and we did a nice communal dinner. So that was lovely because you feel like you're working so hard, but then you feel like, you turn around and something else has already been done for you. So that's a really, really nice feeling. So some of the issues we ran into, obviously every corner of this camper had evidence of water damage, so that's where you see us pulling that up. Making the decision whether to remove these cabinets or not, that was hard because that's a lot of work to remove and put them back. But you can see there that the corner, the damage for the corner water infiltration was behind those cabinets. We did in the end figure out that we can just kind of pull all the wet particle board out from behind it, as you see us doing right there. So we decided not to remove those cabinets. It was hot. It was end of October, but it was hot. And here you see me attaching a rubber gasket to the top of the door trim because you can see how much taller I am, and I just kept hitting myself on that, and it was sharp. So I had a lot of bruises on my head. Here's my inspector checking that I'm doing my work. This is the next day. I'm kind of working on my own here on the other corner of the trailer, one of the back corners. Everything that I pulled out, whether it was the Luan or the insulation, was literally wet. So after I threw it on the floor, I had wet hands. That's how bad it was. So you can see me kind of just throwing everything behind me to deal with later. And what we're left with is really blackened, moist, rotting structural wood. And so I'll be going through and replacing that bit by bit. Okay, I'll let you watch the rest, and then we'll talk about the assessment at the end. Okay, so we have, after ripping all of that out, you can see the water damage. This is all the way down near the floor, so it actually went down and not only rotted all the support beams, but it, in the corner anyway, but it also rusted out the underbelly. So there were places where that the metal underbelly actually was rusted through. So we'll be adding some steel plates to that, or aluminum. Here you can see how the wood has rotted away. This is where we're going to be. I sprayed everything down with bleach, first of all, just to make sure that we get rid of this mold growth. And now that everything's dry, the first order of business is, of course, to repair the roof. So I'll be doing a video on that this week. And then the next step will be to replace one by one, or scab in certain places. I'll have to do that. The actual rotted out wood. You can see some of the insulation is still usable, but where it was moist or had any evidence of mold, I decided to pull it out. Alright, stay tuned for that next video. Go to earthius.com for any other information. And if you like this video, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Stay safe and regenerate!